Lisa Frankenstein is the directorial debut of Zelda Williams and another film written by Diablo Cody, who is the same writer as Juno and Jennifer's Body. And yeah, this was also the type of film that I could totally see becoming a classic. So yeah, well done to Diablo Cody there. I had a lot of fun with this one. Stars Catherine Newton and Cole Sprouse. And let me just talk about Cole Sprouse for a second. He doesn't talk for pretty much this entire film. And what he is able to do without talking is just genius in the screenplay and also in the acting. Just everything with how he moves his body around and just like the sounds and like grunts he makes instead of like actual talking bits. It's amazing, and just his performance to back all that up was really flawless for this type of a film. And Catherine Newton, on the other hand, as well, fantastic. I just think Cole Sprouse is an easier performance to talk about, which is why I wanted to talk about it. I'm just really happy to talk about this film. It's essentially a horror comedy, mostly comedy with like a little bit of horror, and it's about this girl Lisa who is essentially like grieving her dead mom, and now she's living with her stepmom and her stepsister, and her stepmom kind of sucks and is kind of like the villain of this movie. She has a crush on a corpse who is Cole Sprouse. They just have a lot of really good bits with this, especially as they kind of get closer and it's like a will they, won't they type of situation, and there's just so much fun to be had here. I hope that this is one of those movies that if it doesn't have a big opening weekend, it picks up steam because of TikTok, kind of like Anyone But You, because this film would really deserve it. It's just kind of hyper stylized, the style and just feeling and world of this film was really unique. Used a lot of references from Trip to the Moon, like the Georges Méliès 1898 Trip to the Moon, which, like, that's awesome. I'm a film major. I mean, how can I not enjoy that? And yeah, like, this film was hilarious. Like, it was so funny, and it really, I think, as a young person, just kind of nailed that like young teenage type of humor. Even though the beginning isn't too great, it takes a little bit to get going. The first act is the first act has its flaws and is definitely the worst part of this film. But acts 2 and 3 were just off the charts. Like they were so funny and just so well acted, and the chemistry between Newton and Sprouse was electric, okay? Like they had such good chemistry despite the fact that Sprouse was not talking for pretty much this entire film. Also, everybody else in the ensemble just did a great job as well. Like everybody just kind of acted in the way that they needed to fit this film. And it might be kind of off-putting at first, but I was able to adjust to the world of this film, and I hope all of you do too. At the end of the day, I have to give this movie 4 stars. It was just such a good time. Perfect counter-programming to the Super Bowl. I mean, hello. The target audience of this film it feels like the polar opposite of the target audience for something like the Super Bowl. So yeah, if you are not interested in the Super Bowl, go and spend your weekend watching this, or at least a part of your weekend watching this. And I really don't think that you will regret it. And if you already have, please let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. I would love to respond. I try to respond to all the comments I get on here. You could also go and check out this review I just did of Suncoast, a movie out on Hulu right now. Had a really good time with that one as well. I will see you all in the next movie review. Take care.